Coach, I believe over the last 15 games, you guys are both top 5 in both offense and defensive rating. At a time when teams across the NBA are still searching for answers, how valuable is it to, one, have identified a way to play, and two, to be making strides towards it?
I think it's great. It's great for our group, great for our coaches to understand exactly what we know we can do. Obviously it starts with a defensive end for us. These guys have, bought in, following game plan, understanding what we need to do each night, and then offensively being able to convert and trust the way we've been playing.
You guys faced this Bulls squad a little over a month ago. Things were a bit different, but just what can you take away from that first matchup going into tonight?
The pace of the game. I think that hasn't changed for them since that first matchup. They're continuing to play fast, push the ball, make or miss. So our ability to get back in transition is going to be key for us tonight. Understanding how well Giddey's playing, knowing how Vooch has played, time and time against us. Those things are always the key. So understanding what we need to do there, recognizing the game plan, knowing who we're closing out to, how we got to sit down and guard, and not try to get into a back and forth game with them.
Coach, rating top 10, how are you doing today?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You're rating top 10, as you just mentioned, in the recent stretch, but also all season. Is that just a sign to you that the decision-making and the process for this team is just going according to plan on both ends without, getting too high or too low with the flow of the season?
It's great you say that. You talk about not getting too high, too low. That's what we've talked to our guys about, and then also, stating the process of what we've been doing, sticking to that, knowing that we're trying to do that each and every night, just focusing on us. And the opponents are different. Style of play is different in a lot of areas, but the things that we can control, we work on controlling those, and the other things that we can't, you focus on what we've worked on every single day.
Coach, to the point of Giddey, he's averaging nearly a triple-double this season. When you have a 6'7" point guard that can kind of do everything, how hard is it to contain him, and what do you think you learned from the last game in terms of containing him?
I mean, Giddey is tough. The way he plays, the way he pushes the pace each time down the floor, getting into the lane, drawing fouls, all those little things. He's tough to contain. So finding the right matchup for him is going to be key for us. Shooting the ball better, but just playing with extreme confidence, getting guys involved. You see he spearheads that group with his voice, but also with his play. And so our ability to find the right matchups on him is going to be key for us tonight.
Coach, you're 4-6 through your first 10. You've won now 8 of your last 10. What's the biggest difference between the first 10 games and the vibe and the around the locker room versus now? And what has really been the biggest change in all of that?
I think just trusting the work that we've put in. Obviously we talk about it going to take some time. You're going to hit lulls in the NBA season. We just happened to hit that one early. But our guys being able to be resilient enough to know that with what we worked on through training camp, the focus of our defensive intensity, the attention to detail, the focus on the game plan, sticking with that process and not shying or straying away from it, and then just being able to stay true to it no matter what was going on.
We've talked a lot about how the Bulls like to push the tempo, but the last 2 games, you have a game where you score 140 points. The last game against Detroit, a little bit more of a grinded-out game. What does it say about this team, and how important is it for a team to kind of be able to win in any style or whatever the game kind of gives you? Whether you're scoring, whether you're not, whether it's fast, whether it's slow.
You got to find a way to win the game. And I think that's what our guys have, bought into and understand. The league is so different with different styles of teams. Like you just said, one game in Philly, it's a fast-paced game. The next game in Detroit, it's a grinded-out type game. And the team that we're creating and becoming is a team that needs to figure out a way no matter what happens. And we've got to be able to sit down and guard each and every single night. But we also got to be able to push the pace on certain nights and take advantage of different matchups that we have. That'll be, throughout the year, being able to find that.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.